Hey pioneers, and welcome back. On our last video we butchered this beautiful biome and got a lot of oil that's going to be used for a factory that's doing alien power matrices. So let's continue with that one. We are breaking it into chunks, so on this video we will be focusing on the SAM. I need 1200, but the thing is that I will probably on the next factory need more SAM. So I decided, well, let's bring more than that, create extra reanimated SAM and leave it there available for the future so that I save time only by spending it now. But yeah, that's part of the game. I'm starting to be unable to use my save on Satisfactory calculator because it's too huge and it completely lags the program. It runs out of memory. But I still remember that I had collected all of the northern nodes. So I decided, well, let's continue the trend and let's grab everyone that's in the middle. I could do a train line that covers all of this, over here, and ends on that one. And this would be the only SAM left, which is a little bit scary. I'm running out of SAM. But anyway, I still have 800 fixed-site trigons, or around that number, that I'm not using, so I won't be needing SAM for trigons. And this will also be giving me extra reanimated SAM. So maybe it's not such a big deal. So 2 normal nodes equal to 1 pure node, and 4 impure nodes equal to 1 pure node. So all of these are 3 pure nodes. That would be 3600 SAM. So we go to modeler. How do I update this? I don't want to change anything from the rest of the factory, so I'm going to lock the value over here. We need 303. I'm going to place over here 303. So we know that nothing will change. And now this I simply place a miner. And that's scary. 0. Well, let's just say now this miner is going to provide 3600. There we go. We are back. And even though I set it to this number, it's giving us exactly the same we had before. And that makes sense because I locked the value over here. So I just now do a dimensional depot over here. And that's the extra reanimated SAM that we will be doing, 597. I don't know if that's too much, but well, it will be there sitting ready for us to use. So let's start building some trains. Okay, I decided to do something that I haven't done before because I'm not brave enough. I'm starting to be wild with trains. On last video I made them go through some particle accelerators and that was fun. So now I'm mixing the trains with my whole mega factory. I'm going through the legs of the nuclear power plant and now I'm going to divide it into 2. One side will go through those 2 buildings and this one will go through those 2. I don't know, maybe it looks good. And I'm not an expert of trains. I know a lot about stuff in Satisfactory, but trains is the thing that I know the least. But anyway, I figured a way. If you see this curve, it's pretty much good, constant. The rate is awesome. So how did I do that? Maybe it's not the best way, but let me show you. I already built over there a support and I want to connect this track. So I started with a beam in freeform mode. I start over here and I go all the way to where I want to get. So we will be aiming to the middle. I click over here and now I start one from this side to the other. Once I find the beam, I click and I do the same thing. What are we doing with this? We are trying to get the gradient so that at least it rises always at the same angle. And we are almost done. I connect that one over there, that one. And there we have it. A huge beam that's basically telling us how we're going to do it. But if we connected the rails exactly like this, it would end awful. We don't want a straight line. We want some curves. So we probably will want to go on the first time a little bit to the left, then a little bit to the right, and finally connect over there. So what I do next, I just do the beam in the same place, hold it nudge, and make a couple of beams on the same angle. So this is going to give me some freedom to be able to place the railway wherever I want. That I still don't know where it is, but it's a starting point. So now that I've done that, this will maintain the gradient, and well, maybe I eyeball it, that's too much. Maybe around there. Does that sound good? Feels like it is. So, and after that I probably am going to want to go to the other side to make the curve feel good. I was messing around and I found that this method, it's kinda cool. Maybe there's a better way to do this, so don't take me as an expert because I'm improvising. So now I can go to this side and make it slightly point that way. I always hold the hologram over there and first check that curve. Sounds, is it too much? I don't know, I think it's pretty decent. And to that side, I feel like we are pretty much done. So there we go. Maybe it was a little bit exaggerated. I'll redo it. Okay, and after a little bit of trial and error, I think I got to a curve that looks pretty decent. I ended up placing a lot of beams so that I could have more options, especially over here. That's basically a floor. So yeah, with this method you get the gradient right, and then well, what you have to do is the curve, and I don't know if there's a good way of doing that, but this looks pretty decent. So yeah, I will continue doing that. Of course, it's kind of not too real. This is too long. It should be supported in the middle, but I can't support it. It's full of machines. So yeah, this is science fiction. Let's suppose the trains are super light and the tracks also, and that they can float through all of this distance. I don't know, I'm having fun. It was rough, but I managed to leave the mega factory. There was some learning to do in the way, but I think it's pretty cool. Let's tour it. I think that the curves look pretty good. Yes, it's not realistic, there are not many supports on the way, but yeah, it's pretty decent. So here we go through the left of our skyscrapers. I never know how to pronounce that word. I hope that it's like that. And here we start descending where our train station will be. Now that I'm thinking it's too close to the rails, if I want to add another one I won't be able to do that. But well, stuff that happens. And we return through the other side. I think that this will give a lot of movement to the factory, so it might be good. I'm not going back, I mean, it's already done. But yeah, check that out. I'm really happy. But well, we'll continue the loop and make this video longer, and then I will regret it. That's life. Here we go through the left of our mega tower, and we are already pointing towards the first SAM node. Oh, and now trains can fall. This is new. Let's fall. Hey! That's fun. Yeah, I'm missing the explosion. And after a really long time, we are online and we are receiving most of the SAM here on this station. I'm treating these trains differently. It's the first time I do one this long, 6 freight stations long. And because I'm treating this railway a little bit different than what I did in the past. When I went on my last adventure grabbing all of the SAM in the north, I set up 4 stations and set up 4 trains. These are trains that are shorter and don't carry that much. So this railway, it has blocks that are way longer than I usually make them, and the idea is having less train that carry a lot of materials. So, and I ended up splitting the route into 2. We have one that's going through these 2 impure nodes and then goes south to this pure one. And the second train goes normal, impure, impure, and normal. And they both end up collecting exactly the same amount, which made it cooler. I don't know if it changes anything. So, what are we receiving? We have 1 normal node, we have 1 pure node, we have 2 normals, and we have 4 impures. It's a total of 3,600, and we have 6 stations, so each one, and this is a sum, you need to do proper math. Each one will be receiving 600. And we can see over here the belts that they all have 600. Now, why the number is so smooth? Because again, I'm using belt limiters that are extremely easy in this case. Just by splitting the belt into a Mark IV and a Mark II, you get 480 plus 120, 600. So now the max speed of this belt is 600, and that's pretty nice, because as this is coming from a train station, what we would see otherwise is a huge burst of materials at max speed, and then all of a sudden it has nothing. Then another huge burst, and I don't like that. I want materials going in smoothly. And then this needs to go to some constructor, so we can think about the numbers. Where's my reanimated sum? Each one of these can receive 120. So if we do 600 divided 120, each of these lines needs to go to 5 constructors. That maybe I do 6 to balance it easier, or 5, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Well, I finished plopping the machines that were necessary, only the constructors, and I decided to make the train station really slim and try to place all of them over here. And well, they fit, and this might end up looking pretty good. I kept the 5 constructors per station, meaning each one of these is a load balancer with feedback. And well, we have 6 of those on different places. Then over here we have a load balancer, one of the programmable load balancers, and it's the one that makes this split over here, 597 with 303. And the 303 are the ones that we are going to use for this factory, and the 597 are the spare ones. That those are properly connected to a sink, and the rest will be temporarily going to the sink, or whatever that word is. Oh, what was that word? Well, what's left connecting everything to the power grid, that in this case is only these constructors, because the rest were train stations, and they are already bringing the juice up here. Decorating, and yeah, that's it. Connecting that to the power grid took 5 minutes, so let's just do the connections and see all of these machines start. That should be pretty cool. So we only need to dismantle these belts and connect the lifts, and everything should start really fast. Here goes the last one. And we can already start seeing that everything is in green. I think everything is constantly in green. Balancing. And this should be already at 100%, and this buffer should never get full because the materials are limited at the train station. And this should be doing the divisions, and in total we are doing 900. Let's see how we are doing. The number is still increasing. 870. Is this because the monitors are bad? Or are we missing? That would be one machine. Are we missing one machine? Everything seems to be on green. And maybe it's just time. All of these are at 100. 100, 100. Well, we can see that this is 900, and for moments it says that it has more. And that doesn't make much sense. But there we go, 900. It might fluctuate a little bit, but it feels like already everything is up and running. And sometimes we even have more, and now we have less. These monitors are really not good. This was probably 900 stable, because it can't produce more than 900 at any time. But sometimes it makes it go lower and then it makes it go higher. But as long as everything is working at 100%, I'm happy. Could we even check that? Okay, so this should show us the consumption of the factory. Oh, but there are lights. Let's make it night. And now let's check if consumption is equal to max consumption. It seems like it is, since I made it night. And this includes all of what we built today and last video, because this is all the same factory. But it seems like every single machine is working non-stop. So far we are doing good. There's still a lot more to go. Okay, let's talk a little bit about train optimization, how I tweak the numbers to make sure that everything goes the right way. First thing to do is figure out how much can this train carry. So we see over here we have 8 columns, 4 rows, and each one of them can carry, what is the stack size of some? 100. So that would be 100 times 4 times 8. 3,200 is how much each freight station can receive. But we have 6 of those. So this is the total amount of SAM we can put into a train. But how much SAM do we need to pick up? Both trains are grabbing exactly the same amount of materials, and that was 1,800. That means that this train can carry 10.6 minutes of miners' work. And now, if it takes a little bit longer than 10.6 minutes to do a full trip, it means that we don't have enough throughput. And if it does it in less than 10 minutes, it means that we have more throughput than we need. So I was looking, there's no way of knowing the round trip time. I thought the game would give you that information. But well, apparently it's not available, and I'm just going to, with a timer, time out how long does it take for this train to do a whole round trip, and we'll go on from there. Okay, I timed this loop, and it took it 9 minutes and 2 seconds to do the whole loop. And we had to do it in less than 10 minutes and 40 seconds. That means that we have 1 minute and 38 seconds of spare. It's not that much, but when I timed the loop, that also includes the time it stops on each station. So all in all, this means that this train can be stuck in traffic for 1 minute and 38 seconds, and everything will be all right. And 1 minute 38 stuck in traffic, it's kind of a lot. It usually never stops. So I feel this is safe, but I won't do any more tweaking into this. Let's go and check the other train. Well, we can play with the numbers with the second train. Max capacity is the same. The amount of material is picking up, it's the same. So the only thing that changes in this case is how long does it take to do the whole round trip. And for this second train is 7 minutes and 35 seconds. So we had to do it before 10 minutes and 40, and we are doing it in 7 minutes 35 seconds. That means that we have a spare room of 3 minutes and 5 seconds. That is kind of a lot. which means that this train is not traveling at full capacity, it's a little bit far away from it. But we can play with these numbers. If we go to the timetable, right now I'm setting them to only take one load and go away. So we are going to change that to freight wagon is fully loaded or unloaded, which will never happen. And we know that usually they take 30 seconds on a train station, so I'm gonna make it wait 45 seconds more. That would be 75. And we save. That means that right now this train will be always stopping 45 seconds on that station. And on this one over here, we will do the same thing. This was 30, 75. So by doing that, we are forcing the train to spend more time on the stations, not doing anything, and having it less time on the tracks. That means that our trains will be carrying more materials, and we will have less traffic. I want this railway to be as clean as possible, so by playing with those numbers, you can tell how frequently the train will arrive and how much stuff it will be carrying. So I increased it 45 seconds on both stations. I removed 1 minute and a half. We had 3 minutes of spare time. I cut it down by 1 minute and a half. And I think that's pretty decent. Later on, if I see that we start having more traffic and it starts to become a problem, I can go back to those numbers and change them. Another thing I made to make the system go as fast as we could is that I didn't place that many train stations. Most of them are serving 2 nodes. So for example, we can see that this train station over here, SAM 6, is taking SAM from that cave, but it's also being merged with this line of SAM that comes from another node. I realized that it's really easy to make them go through my railway pillars. And, well, I mostly do that. I merge several nodes per train station, and that allowed me to have only, I think, 4 train stations total. And if you're wondering how I do this, because you can't place holes on foundations, but you can on walls. So if you place a wall on both sides, then place the hole, you can connect those two, and then you can remove the walls. And that's a way to make materials go through a foundation and keep it looking nice. And now that we optimized the train for them to be as close as we can to max capacity without compromising throughput, the only thing that's left is decorating the factory and making a short showcase. So let's finish it. we are done with another segment of this huge mega factory. And well, it was mostly trains and train stuff, but building this takes a lot of time and I needed to make a video out of it. Was it too boring? Let me know if it was too boring. I can think of other stuff to do maybe. But well, I'm really happy with how it's looking. I also, every time I had to, well, cross distances like this, tried to do something creative. This bridge is not perfect, but I like it, and I've never done one of these. So yeah, it's working. We have a lot of SAM, and ideally I won't have to collect SAM ever again, because we are already doing a lot of spare reanimated SAM, and we already have a lot of Trigons. So hopefully this is the last time we go this path. How are we doing regarding the whole factory? Not good, to be honest. On our last video we did this part over here, and we got some extra time crystals. And on this video we did this part over here, and we got some extra reanimated SAM. I'm always doing extra stuff, but we still have to do the whole rest of the factory. But I think it's not going to be that hard. Well, this is going to have to come by train, but I already have all of the railway network that expands almost to 2/3 of the whole map, so that shouldn't be too hard. So maybe we finish it in 2 videos? I don't know. But we are progressing, and it's looking pretty dope. I hope I didn't bore you too much, that you got to learn something. And as always, please remember to leave comments, feedback, let me know what I'm doing wrong, what you would like to see, so that I can course correct. We are closing the last videos on this channel because we're really close to finishing the game, but there's still more stuff that I want to do. So you will have to see me for some time. I hope you guys had fun, and I'll see you on the next one.